the Easy Way podcast, where simple tips become real results. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy Way podcast. I am Peter, and today we are going to talk about a situation that makes everyone's hands sweat and their hearts beat very fast.
Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. I think I know what you're talking about. Is it watching a horror movie or maybe speaking in public? Those things definitely make me sweat.
Those are scary, but today we're talking about something even more stressful: the job interview. It is the gateway to your future career, but it is also a very high-pressure moment.
Oh no, job interviews are terrible. I always feel like I'm being interrogated by the police. I never know what to say when they ask tricky questions about my life.
You are not alone, Bella. Most people feel lost. That is why today we are going to follow a character named Prepared Paul. He is going to show us exactly how to answer the most common questions.
Prepared Paul sounds like a smart guy. I want to be like him. So paint the picture for us. Where is Paul right now?
Paul is sitting in the waiting room of a big technology company. He's wearing a nice blue suit. He's holding a piece of paper in his hand. Do you know what that paper is called?
Yes, I know this one. That paper is his resume. It has all his information, his education, and his past jobs written on it. It is very important.
Correct. The resume, or CV, is your professional ID. The manager opens the door and calls Paul's name. Paul stands up, smiles, and gives a firm handshake.
A firm handshake is crucial. If your hand is like a dead fish, it makes a bad first impression. So they sit down. What is the first question?
The manager looks at Paul and asks the most famous question in history. Tell me about yourself. This sounds easy, but it's actually a trap.
It is a trap. I usually start talking about my family, my dog, and my favorite color. Is that the wrong way to answer?
That is definitely the wrong way. The boss is not interested in your dog. He wants to know about your professional value. You should use the past, present, future formula.
Past, present, future. That sounds like a history lesson. Can you explain how Paul uses this formula to answer the question?
Sure. Paul says, "In the past, I studied computer science. Currently, I am working as a software developer. In the future, I want to lead a team at this company."
Wow, that's very clear and professional. He didn't mention his hobbies or his childhood. He kept it focused on the job. I need to remember that.
Exactly. Keep it professional. Now, the manager asks the second question. What are your greatest strengths? Do you know what a strength is?
A strength is something you are very good at. It's a positive quality. My strength is eating chocolate, but I guess I cannot say that in an interview.
Please don't say that. Paul answers with strong adjectives. He says, "I am very reliable and organized. I always finish my projects on time."
Reliable is a great word. It means people can trust you. And organized means you're not messy. Those are perfect qualities for an employee.
They certainly are. Paul also gives an example. He says, "Last year, I organized a big event for 500 people." Examples prove that you are telling the truth.
That makes sense. Anyone can say, I'm great, but giving evidence is much better. Okay, Peter, now comes the scary part, the negative question.
Yes, the nightmare question. What is your greatest weakness? This is where most people fail. They either lie or they say something too bad.
If I say, I'm lazy and I hate waking up early, I will definitely not get the job. But if I say, I have no weaknesses, I look like a liar.
Precisely. You can't be too honest, but you can't lie. Paul uses a smart strategy. He mentions a real weakness, but then he explains how he's fixing it.
Ah, the fix-it strategy. So he turns a negative into a positive. Can you give us an example of what Paul says?
Paul says, "Sometimes I struggle with public speaking. I get nervous. However, I am taking a class to improve my communication skills."
That's brilliant. He admits he's not perfect, which shows he's honest, but he also shows he's working hard to solve the problem.
Exactly. It shows he's self-aware. Now, the manager asks another common question. Why do you want to work here?
Oh, I know the bad answer for this one. I want to work here because I need money to pay my rent. That's true, but maybe not polite.
It's too honest. Every company wants to feel special. You need to do some research before the interview. You need to know about their mission.
So Paul did his homework. He Googled the company. That's what prepared Paul would do.
Yes. Paul says, I admire your company's innovation in technology. I want to be part of a team that creates the future.
Wow, he sounds very passionate. He's connecting his personal goals with the company's goals. That makes the boss feel good.
It creates a connection. Now, the interview is almost over. The manager asks one final thing. Do you have any questions for us?
I usually just say, no, thank you, I want to go home now. Is that a mistake? Should I ask a question back?
It is a huge mistake to say no. It makes you look uninterested. You must always ask at least one question. It shows you are curious and engaged.
Okay, so what is a good question to ask the boss? Maybe when is lunchtime or how many vacation days do I get?
Those are okay, but Paul asks something better. He asks, what does a typical day look like in this position?
That is a very smart question. It helps Paul understand the daily routine. It shows he's visualizing himself in the job already.
Exactly. The manager smiles. He likes Paul. He stands up and offers his hand again. The interview is finished.
I feel relieved just listening to the story. So did Paul get the job? Please tell me there is a happy ending.
2 days later, Paul's phone rang. The manager said, we would like to offer you the position. You are hired.
Hooray for Paul! Being prepared really works. He transformed a scary situation into a successful one.
The key was preparation. He practiced his answers. He didn't just improvise. Improv is for comedy, not for interviews.
I agree. I'm going to practice my answers right now. Peter, pretend you were the boss. Ask me about my strengths.
Okay, let's do a quick role play. Bella, welcome to the company. Tell me, what is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is that I'm a fast learner. For example, I learned this entire interview lesson in just 10 minutes.
That is a fantastic answer. You gave a specific strength, fast learner, and you provided immediate evidence. You are hired.
Yes, when do I start? And how much is my salary? Just kidding. But seriously, this structure helps a lot.
It removes the fear. When you know what to expect, you can relax and be yourself. Confidence is the best suit you can wear.
I love that quote. Confidence is the best suit. But a real suit helps too, right? We shouldn't wear pajamas to an interview.
Definitely wear real clothes. Appearance matters. It shows respect for the occasion. Clean clothes, brushed hair, and a smile.
And don't forget the resume. Can we review the key vocabulary from Paul's story? My brain needs a recap.
Absolutely. First word, resume. The document with your work history.
Next word, strengths, the things you are good at, like being reliable or hardworking.
Then we have weaknesses, the things you struggle with. Remember to always offer a solution or a way you are improving.
We also used the phrase, tell me about yourself. The answer should follow the past, present, future formula.
And finally, the best word in the English language for a job seeker, hired. It means you got the job.
Hired. That is music to my ears. I feel much more confident about my next interview now.
I'm glad to hear that. Just remember Paul. Be honest, be specific, and be prepared.
And don't talk about my cat or eating chocolate. I learned my lesson.
That is the most important lesson of the day. We have reached the end of our simulation.
To summarize, today we learned how to answer the main interview questions using professional vocabulary and smart strategies.
We learned that an interview is a conversation, not an interrogation. Ask questions back.
And always finish with a firm handshake and a thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Easy Way podcast. Good luck to everyone looking for a job.
Go get hired. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.